Hi, welcome. I am on my ArcoLinux XFCE now, the flagship with OpenBox on i3. And the video is all about ArcoLinux Ctrl-Alt-G, ArcoLinuxD. So we have a lot of keyboard shortcuts. We always talk about these keyboard shortcuts. Why? Because they're very handy, they're very fast, and they are useful in tiling window managers. Take a look at what we provide. 20 desktops, right? These guys, plus 3 others, and these are separate because of the phases, learning phases. Okay, so the video I want to make an update here is in Plasma installation. We want to share the utter freedom you have in ArcoLinux. If you want to install a desktop, you can do this in 4 options. But before I go there, maybe a super F7, sorry, I just gonna boot everything up, so that is done in the back end, right? And we can talk about it. So I'm gonna clone, I'm gonna use ArcoLinuxD ISO, and I'm gonna install later on Plasma. That's the topic of the video. I need to have the ArcoLinuxD, the latest one that you have at this point in time. And you boot up with a Ctrl F, you do full screen. And then, well, maybe, yeah, this, yes, no. Let's make it anyway bigger. And because I want to let it start, and in the meantime talk, right? There are 4 options. You can either say, look, let's use this D version, and D stands for you decide what desktop, 2 Ds, decide the desktop. That's why it's called ArcoLinuxD. And it's the most minimal ISO out there. You can just skip everything, and that's this thing, option 2, skip everything, and you will have 7 ArcoLinux packages out of 670. So it's basically no ArcoLinux ISO. The thing is, afterwards, you decide either by scripts or by typing sudo pacman-s xfc4 xfc4 goodies, and what you know, you have a complete desktop, right? But it's still a lot of work in there, theming and tweaking, and as they call it, rising. So these are options. ArcoLinuxD, use calamares, do not use calamares, and use scripts. And option 3 is the ArcoLinuxB variant. Let's go there, ArcoLinuxB. Why do we call it ArcoLinuxB? The B stands for build. Rather than download, you build the ISO. You become a builder of ISOs, and you make your own ISO. We have 24 ISOs for you to build. Choose the desktop. 20 desktops of them, right? Choose maybe ArcoLinuxD or ArcoLinux. We can build any of our ISOs. If we can build, you can build. We share the knowledge. So the point of all this is cool, but I'm not into building. That's cool too. You go to websites like SourceForge, SeedHost, or the torrents, and you download your Bs, right? You get the downloads. In this case, we're talking about Plasma. So basically, you just click and download, burn, and install. That's MD5. Here he is, 321, which is not correct. Let's have a look. 366 people downloaded Plasma. So that's the B variant. You can download it, but basically we have made this available because you can build it, and you can put Steam on your ISO from the start if you build it. You can put Brave on there, InSync, Dropbox, Spotify, you name it. It's not on our standard ISO, but come in control, right? And listen to the video, and listen to the next video, and that's it. 3 things to do, 3 things to remember. That's all you need to do. So that's option 3. Option 4 is even easier. Start with ArcoLinux, start with ArcoLinux, both of them are possible, and run ArcoLinux 3 tool. We have our keyboard shortcuts in our mind. Ctrl-Alt-E. Boot up, and just it's really is a few clicks away to install Awesome or any of the other, and a click away and I have a XFCE OpenBox i3 with Yukui. It is basically that simple, and that's what we do here in the Superflex. If you take a look at these articles, it's all about combining this with that and combining this with that. Start with ArcoLinux ISO and install Awesome BSPWM Mate. Why not, right? Start with Plasma and add i3WM. It's all about this great game changer that we've done in December 2019. I started with these videos, but it's basically a click in ArcoLinux Tweak Tool. It's easy. All right. In the meantime, everything is booted up, but as I might have guessed, the resolution is rubbish, right? So Control F is not going to work. What I'm going to do is Control R. So reset's a good thing to remember. Control R, right control, and then an R for VirtualBox. So we do get 8920 and 1080. That would be a bit easier to follow, right? So booting up into a sort of minimal XFCE, a nice panel, nice wallpaper, we can log out, but basically there's nothing for you to do here but use Calamares. Or that's option 1, use Calamares, or option 2, don't use Calamares, in the sense of don't install anything anymore, no LightTM, no etc. We are greeted with yes, the welcome app. And it's entirely up to you to decide if you use the ArcoLinux mirrors or not. It's easy to see our servers that we have from ArcoLinux. I have to do something extra. I have to say, hey, I am Alcerti, so that's a bit easier for me. And Osbeck is the one that's going to be the first one. And for me, that's good. And I think for 90%, maybe 95% of our people, that's going to be a good server. So I'm not going to press the button to update actually the mirror lists of ArcoLinux. I'm not going to use gparted since this is a virtual machine. This can be used if you have lots of partitions and then you say, maybe let's erase everything and use the V tool, gparted, to get rid of everything and start with a clean slate, and then make the decision to install a new system. Choose your language if you have a different language, if you want that. And this is for future reference. That's the version we've used. Decide if you want to have other kernels, but normally you just skip this thing. Decide what servers you like. Maybe you do like some music, right? Sound. Next, this is now the moment of truth. Will I use option 1? Then I need to click something. If I use option 2, then I just skip everything. I just skip everything like that till we are out of these choices. But I'm going for option 1. Get me LightTM in, get me Plasma in, and in here are also choices. Maybe you don't like the KDE applications meta package. Maybe, right? It's a good thing to remember this ArcoLinux and then group and see the package groups. ArcoLinux made short words to include long things. It's a group. It's a way to say Plasma. If you want to install Plasma, it will all install these packages. Do not dare to count, but hey, a lot of packages will be installed just by typing, what is it, 5 letters, and you get all these in, right? That's a group thing. And there are more things. There's also the KDE, let's see, applications, if we get it, KDE applications. All of this will be installed, and a lot of things in there that I say, oh my god, really? And that's what we've made. We've made decisions. If we build the ISO for ourselves, the way we see Plasma, we say don't do that. We won't install, for instance, this. And it's a lot of games that are in there. Hangman, you know this thing, Hangman game, stuff like that. So it's not on our ISO, but it can be on your ISO. It's all about choices, and we can never make an ISO that's going to be good for everybody. We can't. But the point is, the more you get these Lego blocks in these names, you know that maybe let's not install that one, right? Maybe you're just gonna skip this one. Just a click away and it's not installed. Now all the rest are, it's all coming from the internet, right? So you need to have internet. Otherwise, Calamares will just install it without it. Simple as that. It will not crash. It will just install it without, as if nothing was selected. The more you select in here, the longer it will take, and the longer you will have to be patient in the end, because it needs to download everything, it needs to install everything, so it's going to take a while. And there are lots of options in all these phases here, and all these installation. I took always a different approach. One with swap, one without swap, one with encryption and no encryption, one manual, two manual, I think. So it is really a choice, and it's all documented already. It's already on the ArcoLinux.com. It's all there. There is a big article, and I really mean big, and I really should do something about it to get it more structured in there. But it's a long list of 30 videos, 30 plus videos, talking about encryption, about home partitions, about Windows together with Linux and so on. And actually really complex things. Maybe I can show one of the complex things. But it's here, right? So go and have a look what you want to have. 4 partitions, here's a complex thing, and it's all there. But my suggestion, as usual, is don't over complex things. So basically what I do is this. This is my regular setup, no swap. And this is the new thing. So the new thing from this particular Calamares version. And let's try that one again. So that means there's no swap partition. There's a file that's used as a swap. So if you run out of memory, that's basically what it's going to do. It's going to write it there. While this thing is doing its work, let's have a look at option 2. So you scroll down, together we'll do option 1. And option 2 is not selecting anything, and you end also in a black screen. And this is the point. Well, you can do 2 things, right? You can actually say, remember that, Arch Wiki. That's how many times I've typed it. I think about 1,000 times. Arch Wiki. And then I would type Plasma, right? But I know I'll get KDE from these guys. So it's still the old name, KDE. And you start reading, start reading. That's how you learn about a desktop. Plasma Meta, aha. KDE Applications Meta Package, oh ho, right? So all the information is here. The names. So it's actually a group, a meta group that contains meta groups. And so many applications will be installed, a bit too much. So that's why we can make scripts, and we say that's all good, but I would like, let's have a look, system meta. I would like to have Dolphin, and that's it. Yeah, case system log. So I suppose it's kind of following what's going on your machine. Well, keep on clicking. That's KDE, case system log. Okay, cool. Do I want that? Yeah, maybe I want that. And you put it in your scripts, but you can reuse these scripts. You can say Control C. Let's have a look. Yeah, let's keep everything open. And we have scripts. Scripts you can download, right? Things you can zip or git clone. This is the git clone thing. And then you have it on your computer system and you can change it. So if you won't select anything during Calamares, well, you need to say here, I want LightYM, I want all these packages, I want Plasma Meta, I want Dolphin, I want Console, I want Spectacle, I want Yakuake. I've already selected some of the things that we always need. All right, it's gonna be, yeah, a terminal. It's gonna be a file manager. Sure, it's gonna be, all right, packages to have Plasma, all right? So yeah, you can reuse these scripts. It's just a list, and you can go through other lists. Let's take this one, right? It's a function to install it. It's a function category, and I install USB formatter. So USB image writer and USB stick formatter is coming from Linux Mint stick. I've used it now for 4 years. I mean, how many ISOs would I have burned successfully every single time with it, right? But yes, there is Etcher, there are other things. But you decide what you like, and that's the freedom, right? This is, you don't want peak, yeah, delete the thing, right? It's total freedom, and you can update your GitHubs all the time. Put this on GitHub, right? Like we do, and then you could do exactly the same thing, but this will be different. This will be Eric Dubois in my case. And I'll run all the scripts from 100 till 800, and the scripts 500, 600 will give you the ArcoLinux look and feel, but you can just run 100 and keep on rising your system, and that's fun. That really is fun. All right, so done, cool. Let's reboot. Let's have a look. What do we have? Line 3 is for me necessary since I'm VirtualBox. I'm booting from the OS. And then we ended up like not in Plasma. Why is that? Why am I not ending in Plasma? Well, they say so. You end up in a black login screen. Okay, cool. And you follow the lists. You have to log in. Not like that, but like that. We have an 5.9.1 kernel. We have a now, today, if I update, a 5.9.8. Yeah, 5.9.8. Enter. And I did not type mirror because I'm still thinking it's gonna be good, but it's not good. Control C. Can quit anytime I like, right? Let's have a look. The mirror list is pseudoform. What is he doing? Where is my OSBAC? Let's try and hope that he finds now a better one. Mail tunnel. Okay, something else. Let's do the update with the server mail tunnel. Now it's coming from there. Okay, that's already better. 13, 14. And well, I always say OSBAC is winning, but it's not always winning. It depends, of course, how many people are at this particular moment in time downloading. He has a finite amount of bandwidth, and if we're all downloading at the same time, hey, the download will go down, the speed will go down. But all right, it's already downloaded, so I'm not complaining. Mail tunnel thing is cool. That's good for me. And later on, we need to enable the LightYM service. So during the installation, the system does not know, did you choose SDDM? Did you choose GDM? Did you use LXDDM? You might even choose two. So what to take, right? So it's basically necessary for you to tell the system, hey, I've chosen this or that. And that's the line sudo systemctl enable me please LightYM service, and then we're going graphical. After that we're going graphical, and then we can decide to do a scal or not, depending on what system you're on. It's interesting because as they suggest here, decide whether you use our scal command or not. You can enjoy a Virgin Arch Linux look, and it's supposed, I think Plasma was in here. So this is the look that's coming from Arch Linux, which is great, right? And this is the look that comes from us, which is, well, in our eyes, better, right? Everybody wants another look. Everybody has another opinion. Wants another feel with icons, wallpapers, and so on. So it's never gonna be good, right? For everybody. But this is our setup. This is good for us. So let's do this sudo systemctl enable lightm. That's our choice. See the line? Great. You can do a sudo reboot. Let's have a look. If we do not get ArcoLinux stuff in, what it looks like. So it's still very much an Arch Linux look. And it has their icons, right? It has their wallpaper. This is pretty much still Arch Linux. Control T not working. F12 not working. Control F not working. Why? We love keyboard shortcuts. It's not standard in there, right? It's not gonna be standard in there. Control Alt U, Control Alt P, nothing is working. That's the scale. Our configuration is still in, maybe I should have a look at it. Where is it? Here. Our configuration is still in etc scale. Eric, nothing is in there. Control H. Oh, sorry. Control H. Hidden files are all starting with a point, a dot, meaning let's obscure it, let's hide it away, right? It's hidden. So all this configuration is not in my home directory. And that's the point. Even my settings that I like are not there. I like to have a button up here to have a terminal, configure toolbars. Where is my terminal? Open terminal, right? Is it there now? I think I should click, voila, open terminal, apply, okay. Aha, there's my button. But all of this is already fixed. Now, open terminal, click, 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 click. This is ArcoLinuxD, right? ArcoLinuxB is gonna be perfect out of the box. This is D, this is Sherlock Holmes. You are venturing in a world of, yeah, console is not installed. Okay, sudo pacman -s console. That is the terminal, the standard one for, yep, you guessed it, for Plasma. And now I can do stuff, right? And now I can do my scale as well. Oh, something changed, right? Some things have changed, not all of them. This is Plasma. Best advice ever. Boot up if you want to see icons, themes, everything applied the way it should be. Then you do a sudo reboot. Boot up again. Let it apply all the settings that we've just scaled, right? We copy pasted everything from etc scale to the home directory. And now we're getting more a feeling of, yeah, Arch Linux. Sorry, ArcoLinux. It's still not the same thing as ArcoLinuxB. It's never our intention. Then we would just have two things, the same things. It's not the point, right? The point is to build it up again. This is a minimal thing. Build it up, build it up, build it up, and any way you see fit. So that's our ArcoLinux or version 1 there, or sorry, not version, but option 1, right? That's our option 1. And in option 2, we went to have a look at the scripts, but I do want to show you how easy it is. So the git clone thing, that's the only difference. So let's fake it. I go to Control F3, which is to TTY again. Went in a black screen, and all you need to do is clone, copy paste from a particular place. It's on GitHub. We're starting with ArcoLinuxD ISO, right? ArcoLinuxD, and then you choose. I'm gonna install Mate. No, it was Plasma. Okay, Plasma. All right. CD, ls. There they are. Run them, right? But please, the first time I get it, run them. Second time, think about, oh no, I don't want this, I don't want that. Make your own GitHub, it's free. GitHub account and make your own, well, reuse these scripts. It will cost you less time to change a script that exists, and then say, I want to install extra this, but I don't want to install that, etc., etc. And then you'll have a system hand-picked, cherry-picked, having this and that and that and that and that. And it does not take that much time to run scripts, because we have a fast ArcoLinux server and a fast ArcoLinux server, and you have the most fun in your life with an operating system, because it's so flexible. We give you all the flexibility it requires, I think. And well, enjoy ArcoLinux, guys. Cheers.